Alright, settle in, because today we're peeling back the curtain on something fundamental to understanding the wild world of Bitcoin. You see, everyone talks about Bitcoin's price movements, its volatility, its potential. But how do we actually measure what's happening under the hood? It turns out, much of the data we rely on for economic analysis of Bitcoin is, well, a bit of a mess. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper with a tape measure that keeps changing its mind. That's been the challenge for researchers trying to make sense of the blockchain. When we talk about on-chain indicators, we mean things like how many transactions are happening, how much value is being moved, or how long people are holding their coins. These are the digital footprints left on the blockchain itself. They're supposed to tell us about network activity, demand, and supply dynamics. But here's the kicker: many of these crucial metrics, the very ones influencing our understanding of Bitcoin's economic health, are often dispersed across different platforms, defined inconsistently, or worse, not fully verifiable from the raw blockchain data. Think about it, one website might count transactions differently than another. One research paper might use a slightly varied definition of active addresses compared to the next. This isn't just an academic nitpick, it's a fundamental flaw. If researchers can't agree on what the data means, or can't reproduce it from first principles, then any conclusions drawn from that data are built on shaky ground. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem, but for a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. In any rigorous scientific field, especially economics, data integrity is paramount. We need to know exactly where the data comes from, how it was processed, and that anyone can independently verify it. For Bitcoin, this means being able to reconstruct every single data point directly from a full node, the ultimate source of truth for the blockchain. Without this level of transparency and rigor, our economic models, no matter how sophisticated, are essentially just educated guesses. This is where a new initiative called Open Bitcoin Metrics, or OBM, steps in. It's a project designed to solve this exact problem by providing a reproducible, full-node-derived dataset and a comprehensive reference guide for Bitcoin's on-chain time series. Think of it as building the ultimate, meticulously calibrated ruler for measuring the Bitcoin economy. It's about bringing scientific rigor and transparency to a field that desperately needs it. The difference is stark. On one side, you have data that often comes from opaque sources, with definitions that might shift, making it nearly impossible to replicate. On the other, OBM provides data reconstructed directly from a locally maintained Bitcoin Core full node. Every single series comes with open-source Python code, stable identifiers, explicit definitions, and validation procedures. This means anyone, anywhere, can reproduce the data and verify its accuracy. OBM covers a vast array of critical metrics. We're talking about everything from the rate of block production and how much space is being used in each block, to the total number of transactions, the fees paid, and the overall supply and issuance schedule. It also tracks miner revenue, mining difficulty, and fascinating indicators like Bitcoin days destroyed and UTXO-age, which give us insights into long-term holding patterns and coin dormancy. These aren't just numbers, they're the pulse of the network. Now, why does all this matter, especially when we see Bitcoin's price experiencing its typical daily fluctuations? Well, understanding market dynamics, the push and pull of supply and demand, requires reliable inputs. When you have verifiable data on transaction demand, miner incentives, and the true circulating supply, you can build far more accurate economic models. This allows researchers and, by extension, investors, to move beyond speculation and towards a deeper, evidence-based understanding of what truly drives Bitcoin's value and its volatility. In a market often characterized by hype and uncertainty, the pursuit of transparent, verifiable data is not just an academic exercise, it's a necessity. Open Bitcoin Metrics represents a significant step towards bringing scientific rigor to the study of cryptocurrencies. It empowers researchers to conduct more robust studies, helps educators teach with confidence, and ultimately, provides a clearer lens through which we can all observe and understand the complex, evolving economics of Bitcoin. Because when it comes to understanding a truly decentralized asset, the data itself must be beyond reproach.